What's poppin' knights? It's Onokage, otherwise known as the King. And I come to you with another exciting part too. What if Naruto was in the Avatar universe? Now, before we get started, I don't have much to say. Other than join the Discord, please like, comment, and do all of the works. You know what it is. And watch to the end. Please enjoy. Without further ado, let's get into the recap. Boop. Last time on Avatar, the gang reached a village that was enslaved by the Fire Nation, where they meet a boy named Haru, who informed him that all the Earthbenders were captured by Fire Nation soldiers. Naruto, a bit rash in his decision, decides to take the form of the only Fire Nation soldier that he knows, that being Prince Zuko. He then sneaks onto the Fire Nation ship and rescues the prisoners there. Then Naruto himself needed to be rescued by the Avatar gang, and after a well-fought battle, the Avatar gang sets to the skies, on to the next adventure. And that's where we continue, on to our next adventure, that being the Winter Solstice. How will it differ with Naruto in the process? Time to find out. So, let's get into it!
Don't have time to waste, the king is into
Beast
Your
mode.
ninjas better hide away before I try to beast mob.
Not to win this fairy tale, I got the heat flow. Back the lead in the trunks, I got the heat dome. Got the flow going crazy, that's a shuttle clone. I switch it up and interchange, and yeah, that's how the story goes.
Sharingan or Rinnegan, pick one. Either way, you'll stay gone, cause bygones ain't bygones.
Then in my hand, make your all go and run. If I just pull that rock, you are so stay, go cost. These hands is napalm. Fuck around and find out what I breathe with the sample. Someone put the brakes, I can ape you a prince. Oh, I'm a king, what you tell me with no prince? Got the knights right behind me in the back. Still gonna fall down when the dogs attack. Oh, like you know, see, I'm the leader of the pack. So what you lay down, bitch, pay respect.
As the Avatar gang is in the sky, Naruto is asleep, recovering from his wounds. As he sleeps, the rest of the gang is loafing around when Katara sees something weird on the surface, and Sokka notes that it looks like a scar. The gang flies down to check it out, and they find the earth was scorched, and Sokka inspects the ground. He finds footprints of soldiers and their mounts. As he yells,
Evil savages make me sick. They have no respect for...
Katara then shushes her brother. Sokka complains, but she then points to Aang, who is devastated at the carnage. He falls to his knees as he says, How could I let them do this? Katara responds, Aang, this isn't your fault. To which the boy disagrees. Yes, it is. I'm the Avatar. I'm supposed to protect nature, but look at this. It's all dead. Because I chose to freeze myself for 100 years instead of being the Avatar. Now I have no clue what I'm doing. Katara tries to plead with Aang. That's why we're going to the north, to find you a teacher. Aang, displeased with her answer, just responds coldly. Yeah, a waterbending teacher. Not someone to teach me how to be the Avatar. The group goes silent, as they all wallow in despair. But Naruto is sleeping. That's when the fox contacts him.
Wake up, Naruto.
Naruto, groggy, questions, Fox, what is it? I need to sleep. Kurama growls.
Something dangerous is nearby. It appears to be a spirit. Weaker than Shikaku, but still stronger than you. So wake up. If you die, I do.
Naruto wakes up, and he finds that Momo was sleeping on his chest. Momo, who has been in this story the whole time, just making sure we remember that Momo was here. Okay, so with Naruto gently moving Momo off of his chest, he looks around and sees that Katara is foraging through ash. He asks her what's going on, what happened here. Katara, with a big smile on her face, turns around and yells, I found acorns! Naruto, confused, offers her a nervous smile in return, as he states, okay, well, happy for you. She sighs as she says, just shut up and watch, in retort. She then directs Naruto's attention to Aang, as she walks over to him and says, hey, are you ready to feel better? Aang responds, Katara, no offense, but I don't think... Ow! Something hits Aang in the head. It's an acorn that Katara threw. Aang rubs his head as he yells, "How is that supposed to make me feel better?" Sokka laughs. "It made me feel better." He is soon pelted with an acorn, forcing Naruto to turn his head away to hide his own laughter. Katara then walks over to Aang. "It's an acorn, Aang. It means the forest is growing back. I mean, I didn't have to look hard for this one, and I found a lot." Aang looks at the acorn with a small glint of hope in his eyes. Katara then bends down and slowly closes his hand around the acorn. Gently speaking, one day, all these acorns will grow into powerful trees, and the pain the Fire Nation caused here will be forgotten. Aang, now feeling reassured, thanks Katara. When Naruto is staring off at a distance, he asks the group, "Hey, does anyone else feel that?" Aang stands up asking, "What do you mean, Naruto?" Naruto takes off running till he finds a statue of a bear. He places his hand on the statue, and Sokka yells at the two. "Okay, so between you and Aang, I'm getting really tired of all this mystical running off into nowhere." But Aang stares at the statue as well, seemingly lost in its architecture. Aang then places his hand on the statue. As he feels a jolt of energy, he calmly states, I think I can feel it too, Naruto." Katara asks, "Well, what do you feel?" And Sokka adds, "Yeah, unlike you two weirdos, we're not freaky bridges to the spirit world." Aang responds solemnly, I don't know, it's like I can feel anger coming out of this statue." And Naruto adds, "Yeah, the fox warned me. He said there was a spirit in this area, and a dangerous one at that. He must have sensed it a while ago." That's when they hear a voice. "You mean the great spirit Heibai?" Sokka, Aang, Naruto, and Katara jump in surprise, but the old man continues. "I thought it was impossible, but after hearing you speak and seeing your flying bison as well as your markings, young man, I must ask, are you the avatar of goddamn course?" Every time.
What the fuck, man?
Back to the story. I'm composed now. Continuing. Aang, after his mistake on Kyoshi Island, letting his hubris get the best of him, he looks back to Katara for confirmation. She nods, giving Aang the okay. And then Aang agrees, confirming the man's suspicion that he is the Avatar. The old man then pleads, "Avatar, my village is in dire need of your help. Every night, the spirit of the forest is attacking our village and kidnapping our people." The gang nods as they follow the old man to his village, where they meet the chief, who explains the issue further. "What you heard from our scout is true. It happens every night at exactly midnight. The Heibai, the spirit of the forest, attacks our village, destroys our home, and takes our people. But we have no reason why. Though we know you, the Avatar, the great spirit of our world and the spirits. You can stop this. You can stop his assaults and save our people." Aang hesitates to respond when Katara pulls him aside, saying, "Hey, great spirit guy, a moment over here, please." As the gang walk over to the corner, Katara asks, "Aang, you seem unsure about all this. Are you confident that you can stop this spirit?" Aang throws up his hands in frustration. "Well, maybe that's because I'm unsure about how to be the Avatar." Katara then tells Aang, "Well, you should decline the request, Aang. No one would judge you for saying that you're just not ready yet." But Aang refuses. "I wouldn't forgive myself if I just walked away, Katara." That's when Sokka interjects. "Well, I mean, it's simple, really. Instead of acknowledging your own faults, Aang, either you save the village or we all get eaten by a spirit monster. See? Simple." The four go silent until Katara breaks this, simply saying Naruto's name. Naruto gives her a thumbs up. He then just calmly puts Sokka in a headlock, As Katara continues, well, I believe in you, Aang. If that's what you choose, I'm behind you all the way. And Naruto chimes in, yeah, and if it looks like you need help, I'll jump in. Aang smiles. Thanks, guys. He then walks back to the chief to accept his request. He then goes to wait outside, while the rest of the Avatar gang and the village wait on the inside, looking out of a window, just to keep track. As they all watch and wait till nightfall, nothing happens. Aang then takes to the skies to see if there's anything moving, but he sees nothing. He lands in front of the village gate, the entrance, as he twirls the staff around and closes it, striking a powerful pose as he yells, "Great Spirit of the Forest, I'm the Avatar, and I hereby request that you please leave this village alone. Pretty please." After a few seconds of posturing and nothing happening, Katara asks, "Did that work? Was that all he had to do?" Naruto sternly says, "No, something's coming." As Aang begins to walk back, he feels a presence behind him. Or, more accurately, he feels pure malice. He turns to face the spirit of the Heibai. It roars, it launches the boy back, and then in the blink of an eye, it moves from home to home, destroying each house before it with reckless abandon. The power behind each swing tears through the homes like a sharpened blade through paper. Aang rushes in to stop the spirit, pleading with it. "You must be the Heibai. What has you so angry? I'm the Avatar. Maybe I can help." The spirit ignores his words and swings at Aang. He narrowly dodges, but the sheer force knocks him out of the air. Aang quickly gets back up, flying up again to plead with the Heibai, but with no avail. Getting knocked down again and again, Aang grows more frustrated with each swing. He again tries to plead with the spirit. "Could you please stop destroying everything and listen?" The spirit roars, this hitting Aang, knocking him into a home. Naruto and Sokka and Katara watch as Sokka yells, "He's getting smacked around out there. He needs help." Naruto and Sokka nod at each other. As they're about to go, they're stopped by the chief as he states, "I understand that he is your friend, but he is also the Avatar. He must have a method that we don't understand. He is the bridge between our worlds. If anyone can do this, it is the Avatar." As Aang gets back into another building, he adds, "Though his methods are a bit unusual." Naruto, unwilling to listen to any more of his prattle, jumps out and Sokka quickly follows. They meet up with Aang as Sokka says, "Don't worry, we got your back. We'll take this thing down together." But Aang tells them, "I don't want to hurt him if I don't have to." Naruto nods, saying understood, as he begins to yell, charging up his chakra. He then yells, summoning a shadow clone, and Aang tells Naruto he can't use that attack, not the Rasengan. But Naruto yells back, "I'm not trying to. I'm trying to distract it. Where I'm from, spirits can sense and chakra, or energy. I'm trying to distract it, and when I get its attention, I'ma run like hell out of this village." Aang, determined, says, "Okay, Naruto, Sokka, let's round the Heibai in Naruto's direction." Sokka then adds, "Okay, he'll be out of the village, but then what?" Naruto's clone jumps down. "No talk time, got plan, move now." Naruto's clone then jumps in the air and yells, "Hey, Heibai, bet you can't get me." And in that instant, Naruto's clone was destroyed. And that's when they realize it's faster than they thought, except for Aang, who knows personally how fast the Heibai is. Sokka was rushing through, trying to reach Naruto, but then the spirit rushes through a building, grabbing him, cutting off his escape. And Naruto and Aang desperately scream out Sokka's name as they rush in after him. But after taking his chakra and jettisoning it out, he's running low. As the Heibai closes in on Naruto, he continues to try to use his chakra to save Sokka when he feels a huge burst of energy, just like he did when he fought Neji. The air around him turns crimson red. When the Heibai sees this, it stops in its tracks. But it's looking above Naruto, as if it sees the aberration of the beast that dwells inside the boy. As Naruto stares down the beast, it drops Sokka, and Aang rushes in to rescue him. When Naruto turns around to see that Sokka and Aang are safe, he tries to run, but his legs won't move. He falls flat on his face, The fearsome chakra that he presented disappeared almost as quickly as it showed itself. The beast then grabs Naruto and runs off into the forest. Aang follows, desperately trying to catch up as the beast reaches that same statue that they touched earlier in the scarred forest. Naruto gathers his energy and reaches out to Aang. But as the two reach out for each other's hand, Naruto disappears right before Aang's eyes. As he flies into the statue, he blacks out when he eventually hears,
Wake up, brat.
Aang opens his eyes and he sees the gigantic form that is the fox that usually dwells inside Naruto. But as Aang looks at the beast closer, it appears calmer than before when he met it inside of Naruto. Also, a bit more translucent. Aang shocked as he exclaims, "Wait, fox spirit? What's going on here? Where's Naruto? Where's the Heibai? Why are you see-through?"
Calm down, runt. I don't know where that idiot is, or the other spirit, but I can tell you that he's still alive. And as for why I'm see-through, I was hoping you had the answer.
The fox says nothing more to the boy, instead looking at Aang's body, meditating peacefully on top of the bear statue. As Aang sees this, he looks at his hand and sees that it's blue, as well as transparent. He states, "I'm in the spirit world." The fox overhears this.
The spirit world, huh? I figured that spirits work differently in this world compared to our own. So I let my power leak into Naruto, so that he could sense hatred and protect himself. But you were able to do that on your own. Why is that?
Aang sits down, trying to collect himself. As he speaks, to be honest, I don't really know. I guess it's because it's my job as the Avatar. I'm supposed to be the bridge between our world and the spirit world, but I don't know anything about this world anymore. After 100 years, everything's changed so much, and there's no one to teach me how to be the Avatar. The fox listens solemnly before speaking.
I've lived a long life myself, kid. And I also chose to sleep through most of it. But from what I've seen, there's always one constant. The greed of humans. Their needless pursuit of power. They drive rifts between their own. Even having the gall to kill my brothers and use us as tools. Placing us inside themselves to leech off of our power. To win their wars.
Aang listens as the fox speaks, but he feels he has to question, so he asks, "I figured you and Naruto were just created together. I'm sorry you went through all that, but if you don't mind me asking, what about Naruto? When we first met, even though you tried to hide it, I could tell you don't really hate him."
That idiot goes against everything I know about humans. And that in and of itself pisses me off. I've been with that boy since the first day of his life, trapped inside him by his late parents.
So, Naruto's an orphan? And you were placed inside of a baby as a weapon? That's awful. The fox continues.
It wasn't even as simple as that. If I was just a weapon, Naruto might have been treated a little more fairly. But I was seen as a monster, even among my brothers and sisters. My strength feared throughout the land, and for good reason. I've killed thousands. And all that hatred and fear got centered on Naruto. He was ostracized by his home, orphaned by the beast that lives inside of him. Then I still tried to corrupt his heart, to get him to give in to his baser human instincts. But you've met the brat. You can tell it hasn't worked. He's stubborn, but earnest. Always giving his all to help others, to protect the village that hates him. And even trust me, the cause of all the strife. The one who murdered his parents. He does it all without a single complaint.
Aang sits, still processing this information, but he speaks. That's a That's a heartbreaking story, but I don't get why you're telling me all this.
You're an idiot just like him. Because, like Naruto, you have the courage to never give up. The road ahead of you travel down, it will be difficult. But never lose heart. There's a saying in Naruto's village. No matter how dark the past, nor how dim the present, keep the will of fire in your eyes to move forward towards the future with passion even hotter than the sun.
Aang, confused, he asked, what does that mean?
I never much cared for the will of fire those humans preach. But I think it means the past is unchangeable. Focusing on what you've done wrong won't help anyone or anything. But if we hold on hope to the present, we could decide our future.
Aang smiles. So, even with everything that happened to you, do you think you can find the good in people? Like, even the Fire Nation? The people that drove this world in the ruin? The fox solemnly says,
If an unremarkable child with no natural talent can find the good in a jaded spirit, why can't the Avatar find the good in a jaded nation? All you need to do is find the root of the problem.
Aang stands. You're right. And my problem is I need to talk to my past lives. I need to find Avatar Roku. Thank you, Fox Spirit. As those words leave Aang's lips, the fox lays down, showing that he's no threat, as he states,
Something's coming, but don't worry. I think it's peaceful.
As that's said, in the distance, a blue dragon can be sensed. And Aang speaks to it as it lands. You're Roku's spirit animal guide, like Appa is to me. Can you help me talk to Roku? The dragon lies down and waiting for Aang to get on it. And while it does, it stares at the fox, who begins to growl, feeling insulted.
What do you want, little worm?
The dragon coils in a reaction that feels like fear as the two fly away fast as they can, leaving the fox as he guards Aang's body, coiling around the statue, resting as he now confirmed his suspicions. The spirits of this world fear his presence. If he lays near this statue, the Heibai wouldn't return. Meanwhile, as Aang travels with the dragon, they fly to an island on the Fire Nation, passing by Iroh, who has some ability to see the spirits. The dragon stops in front of the statue of the previous Avatar, much to Aang's confusion, to which the dragon shows him.
Is that what Roku wants to talk to me about? A comet?
It was a vision of Shozen's comet, but Aang needs more information. He needs to know when he'll be able to talk to Roku, to which the dragon shows him the time he needs to be back on this island. It's a vision of the winter solstice. Aang then asks to be taken back to the fox to save Naruto, to which the dragon hesitates. And Aang notices, as he says, wait, are you scared of the fox? I know he can seem really scary, but he's not so bad once you get past the manslaughter. Where was I going with that? But anyway, I need to get back. The dragon gathers his courage and flies back, returning Aang to his body. As he does, the fox wakes up. As Aang walks away, the fox speaks to him one last time.
Tell no one of our conversation, especially not Naruto.
Aang smiles as the fox disappears. As Aang reaches the village, he's welcomed by Katara and Sokka. And Katara hugs him, but she quickly asks, where's Naruto? Aang tells her that he's gone, but he knows how to get him back. Aang then waits outside for the Heibai to reappear. And when it does, Aang presents it with an acorn.
You're the spirit of this forest. Now I understand. You're upset and angry because your home was burned down. When I saw the forest had burned, I was sad and upset. But my friend gave me hope that the forest would grow back.
This brings the Heibai peace. As he returns to stolen villagers, Naruto walks out and he's greeted by the Avatar gang. As they ask him about his experiences, he doesn't remember much, but all of his wounds have healed. As the gang get reacquainted and talk a little bit, Katara tells Aang that, "I'm proud of you, Aang. You figured out what to do all on your own." Aang responds that he had a little help finding the root of his problem, calling back to the words of the fox. As Aang continues, he states, "But there is something else. I need to talk to Roku, and I think I found a way to contact his spirit." Katara, happy, she yells, "That's great, Aang." Sokka adds, "Creepy, but great." While Naruto is more confused that ghosts exist in this world. Aang continues, "There's a temple on a crescent-shaped island, and if I go there at the time of the winter solstice, I can speak with him." Katara, concerned, tells him, "But Aang, the solstice is tomorrow." And Aang adds on one more concern, as he states, "Yeah, but there's one more problem. The temple is in the Fire Nation." And I think that's where we're going to end this part for now. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of a 2-part in a What If series. Jesus Christ, it's a lot. But it's interesting to say, because this part could have gone completely differently based on how I was writing it. Originally, at that part where Naruto was charging his chakra, I was going to have him do the summoning jutsu and summon Jiraiya's frog. And through Jiraiya's frog, he's going to do that one jutsu he did right before he fought Pain, where he came out of the frog's mouth. I was going to have a big thing where Jiraiya comes to the party and stuff like that. But something happened when I was writing and continuing to write the story. Jiraiya kind of handled a lot of their problems. I had to write Jiraiya out of the story for dumb reasons, just so that the Avatar gang could deal with struggles and strife. And I didn't like that. So I had to go back and change this part so that this story can have struggles in it. But I do want your ideas. What do you think would happen if Jiraiya did join the party? Do you want those episodes to come out alongside this, or would that just be too confusing? Personally, I think it would just be confusing, so I'm just going to leave them out. I just thought it would be interesting to tell you about it, simply because having Jiraiya come at this point would be interesting, simply because he knows so many jutsus. He knows wind style jutsus. He knows water style jutsus, and he knows fire style jutsus. I was having him train Aang to be the Avatar while training Naruto and understanding the fox's power, since Naruto undid the seal. I think I'm going to have to put Jiraiya in the story later, because it was such an interesting moment, and the emotions that I wrote for Naruto when he saw his sensei after being kidnapped by a genuine monster. I thought it was interesting to have that relationship, and Naruto and Jiraiya giving insight on the world of Naruto, and Aang, Katara, and Sokka giving insight on the world of Avatar. It was a really cool dynamic that I had between the characters, but it just caused too many problems where they had no struggles because Jiraiya was there, or I had to write Jiraiya out of the story for completely asinine reasons so that they could have struggles and go through things. It was frustrating to continue to write like that. So I went back and added this really touching scene between Aang and Kurama, which is two characters that, wouldn't normally get a chance to talk. But since the Avatar world deals with spirits differently, I thought when Naruto jettisoned out all of his chakra through his body and he had that red chakra form, I thought the remainder of Naruto's chakra could take form as Kurama for that instant. And the fox learning to grow to accept humans simply because Naruto did the kind gesture of unlocking the seal after the fox genuinely helped him and saved his life. And all the things that Naruto has done, despite his upbringing and him growing up, ostracized through his village, treated as a monster and hated, how he never lost hope and heart. I feel like that would be touching for the fox. Touching enough for the fox to give Aang a chance and to give him this life lesson. Kind of as a thank you for saving him from what he believed was Madara, but was really Obito. You know? This is his one favor that he's doing for Aang, to pay him back, helping him understand that the past is the past. You need to grow past. You need to grow. Funny enough, the past is the past, and you need to grow past the past to accept what's happening now. And I think that's a lesson that really only the fox could give at this moment. Naruto could do it, but Naruto's not mature enough to articulate his words the way that the fox can. So I thought that having the fox talk to Aang would be a really touching moment. And tell me, what did you think about the message that the fox gave to Aang? Did you think that it was adequate enough? Did you think that it was relevant enough to help Aang get through this? Because originally he figured it out by just getting the vision of Sozin's Comet, and when he got the vision of Sozin's Comet, he somehow grew more in touch with his spirit world side, understanding the spirits better. It was explained in Avatar more as, you know, your past lives did it. You can do it too. But in this way, the way Kurama's shaping Aang, or the way he's helping to form Aang's mentality and his mind state, it's more a live and let live type of life, which is what Kurama's currently doing. He doesn't think about all his atrocities that he did in the past. He knows what he is, but Naruto's helping him become a better person or spirit. And I think that it's interesting to have them to connect and talk. But one thing I do want to say before we leave out of here is all the fans of the What If Goku and Vegeta Train Naruto and Sasuke, please rejoice because it's coming back. I kept telling myself that when I got the Naruto Uzumaki clan survived What If to the time skip, I was going to put that on a short little hiatus and really just pump out some What If Goku and Vegeta Train Naruto and Sasuke content. And I'm keeping to that. I'm going to really start pumping out the Uzumaki clan survived one, simply because where I'm going with it, it's going to be a complete departure to the original Naruto story, and I think that the change up is going to be insanely interesting. And with that, I'm going to need time to write, and I can't really post it because I really want the story to come out good. I take feedback really well, and people said that last part of the Goku Vegeta one was a little rushed, and I got that, and I feel that. And I don't want this to feel rushed too when it comes back into the Shippuden, because what I'm doing is going to be completely different from the actual story. So it needs time to really think, understand the world building, and I really don't want to ruin what I have going because it's a really good story. But the Goku Vegeta one, I'm about to start writing it now since I'm getting really close to the time skip, and I want to make sure that it comes back with force and it's not a weak part. I need it to have conflict. So with that being said, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, please. I'm going to try and do a commenting on comment or call out thing soon. And if you have questions that you want to ask me as a person, or questions about the videos, or questions about what is, or questions about YouTube in general, because I'm starting to get a bit of an understanding of YouTube, just let me know, shoot them out, and I'll do whatever I can to answer them way more in depth than what I did at the end of the videos. So please, 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 please hit me up. Let me know what's going on, and enjoy your lives. If you made it to the end of the video, all I really want in the comments is your thoughts on Jiraiya versus Kurama. Would you want to see what Jiraiya and Naruto and Aang and their reactions were? Or do you like how Kurama and Aang had their talk? Because I think this is going to turn out better. with Kurama having a more prevailing presence in the story. So, with that being said, it's time for me to go. Ono Kage out. Peace.
Nobody speak, nobody get choked. If you run the homie, gonna get smoked. No time for the lame ass jokes. I'm the GOAT. You a gringo when that story's been told. I make money moves, controlling every view. Oh no, you got hella crew, but no one's helping you. What's wrong? Now you on your own, you really want the smoke. Oh no, Chico really done it wrong. What's wrong? The hollow matter in the sky bro. Keep talking crazy, I might go post though. Always trouble when they go too far. Nobody mess with me familiar. Father.